Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sabrina and I'm a traditional artist living in Little Rock, Arkansas. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my journey on how I became a full-time artist. And at the end of the video, I'll be going over some tips if you also want to be a full-time artist, because there are definitely some things you need to know. So I've been a full-time artist for about a year now. October of 2021 was actually when I quit my job as a cake decorator. I decorated cakes for 4-ish years, and there's definitely some things that I really miss about it. I miss my coworkers. I miss being able to learn techniques when it comes to like cake decorating, and I also really miss the stability and also kind of like the schedule of getting up and going to work and whatnot. I was definitely scared at first, just wondering how in the hell am I going to do this? And I had a little bit of a plan, but I just had to put forth some effort in order to make it happen. I was thinking at the time, in order for this to work, I need to start doing more commissions. It was right before the holiday season, so I took advantage of that and made a post about me accepting custom pet portrait ornaments. Just from this post alone, I got a good amount of commissions. I was really excited, but I was also super anxious because this was a big step. I all of a sudden had around 20 customs that I needed to get done, and most of those I needed to get done before the holidays. Fast forward to December, and I posted this TikTok of one of the portraits that I made, and it ended up going semi-viral. It had a little over 1 million views. This TikTok brought me a lot of business, so I had like months worth of portraits lined up for me. So that was definitely a relief. And I feel like posting on TikTok has helped me a lot with my business. I wanted to stagger like working on commissions and then working on personal work, just so I wasn't constantly working on custom work, because that can get very tiring and can also lead to burnout. As the year 2022 went by, the well of pet portraits started to run dry. The requests started slowing down, which is understandable, especially because I started charging a little bit more for my work. If there's one thing that I've learned being a professional artist, it's to charge what you're worth. Not only should you take into account the amount of hours you spend on a piece, but also how many years it took you to gain that skill. I've totally made this mistake. I've been there. It's really hard painting almost every single day, 4 hours, and then only having enough money for like a simple grocery trip. So make sure that you charge enough. You are worth a lot more than you think. And at the end of the day, artists do deserve to get paid. So as far as my shop, I decided to start a big cartel account at the beginning of 2022. I was using Etsy, but I decided to not use Etsy anymore because I wasn't, really vibing, so to speak, with just the way things were with Etsy. The fees were increasing. I didn't agree with their free shipping policy. They were trying to push that. And also just the lack of customization. The only thing I miss about it would be the marketplace. That's really good because random people can search something in the marketplace search bar and they might stumble across your item. I would just do your own research. It really depends what you want out of your art business and which direction you want it to go. I would say it's still pretty good for beginners. Aside from custom work and selling through my online shop, I also had my own table at a couple of art markets, which was such a great experience. I love that it was so fun, and I managed to make a couple really good paychecks from them. It is such a great experience meeting people in real life who admire your work. It is very gratifying, and it's a huge motivation to keep going. I think it's really important to also build your local presence as well as an artist, and it's a really great way to build your brand, like finding a banner and figuring out how your setup is going to be for your table and how you want to display your products. I would say it's definitely a job in and of itself, but it's definitely worth it. So I promised that I would include some tips on becoming a full-time artist at the end of this video, so here they are. Tip 1 is to make sure you have some money saved up, because you never know what might happen. I'm gonna be honest with you, the income of an artist fluctuates so much from month to month. That's definitely my case, and it's scary. It's something that I still struggle with, and it's still a fear of mine. I definitely could have been a little bit more prepared when I quit my job, but I was fortunate to have everything work out anyway. It's nice to have just that little bit of cushion before you make a huge decision like this. process. Or you could partially quit your job by requesting to do part-time instead of full-time if your job allows it. Or maybe you could find a new part-time job. I was actually running my art business while I still had a full-time job, and then I asked to go part-time, and that definitely made it a lot easier. Having some money and a little bit of cushion definitely makes it a lot easier. Tip 2 is to charge what you're worth, which is typically more than you might think. Art is valuable. You are able to create something through your eyes that nobody else can replicate. Art is a luxury. It's appreciated. It is a reminder that us humans are sensitive and that there's more to life than just the mundanities. You are able to create work like that, and that's amazing. Tip 3 is to be active on social media, but don't get sucked in. Give yourself breaks from posting and from consuming. Make sure you find other forms of entertainment that isn't social media. If you feel like TikTok or Instagram is a little bit too fast-paced, then maybe you can start transitioning to YouTube. I am personally trying to do that, and it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's easy, but it is possible though. It's just a lot of work putting yourself out there and marketing yourself as an artist. Tip 4 is don't overthink your art and trust the process. It's important to follow trends here and there, especially if you're a designer, but make sure you are creating stuff for you as well. Just don't be afraid to show your vulnerable side, and the more you keep in mind that not everyone in this world is gonna like you or your art, it's a lot easier to be vulnerable and to show who you really are through your art and through your content. Tip 5, and this one's very important, is to take care of yourself. Go touch grass. Please go out and take walks, drink plenty of water, and just treat yourself right. It's very easy for an artist to like hyper focus and think that their studio is the only place that they should be, and that is so unhealthy. Don't reject your friends and family. Your social life is also very important. Go places, be inspired, play video games, cook delicious meals, clean your house. I think balance definitely leads to a happier life. Even though art might be your job and it's something that you love doing, you don't need to be doing it all the time. Having art as a job is going to take a lot of time, especially if you're first starting out, but you need to learn to enjoy life as well. So I hope you liked this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. And if you would like to support me, I also have a shop and a Patreon, and I'm taking commissions as well. I don't only do pets, I also do other things. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!